Hey everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at this Schlage. It's a 6-pin SC4 keyway. The key does work. It works real smooth, no hang-ups or anything. There's the bitting on the key, and that's a pretty radical bitting because when you're always trying to pick these high cuts right behind these low ones, you have to come at a pretty steep angle to avoid oversetting that pin before it. So basically for this lock, I will, for the most part, be using this hook from Southord. Alright, let's go with top of the keyway tension. Get it set in nice and tight. And actually, before I go with that pick, I'm going to go with a Sparrow's short hook and go to the back of the lock. See if I can't set anybody. Got to click off a 6 and a real tiny false set. I just got to click out of 3. So let's go back to this other pick now. Got to click. I think I was off of pin 5. A couple clicks out of 3. That was 2. Didn't get anything off of him. And I'm not getting anything off of 1. I just felt something drop down. I've got a little, just brushing against pin 6, I got a little bit more of a false set. And pin 6 appears to be bound now. Let's go to pin 5. Pin 5 appears to be bound. Pin 4. Got a little click out of 4. Pin 3 appears to be bound. Got a couple clicks out of pin 2 right there. Got another click out of 2. I got a little click out of 1. Ooh, I got a nice false set, set in pin 6 there. Nice solid click. Pin 4 is bound. Pin 3 is bound. Got a little counter rotation off of 2. Okay, 2 is set. Now I lost my false set in that process. Got a little bit of a false set back by hitting pin 4. Pin 3 is solid. Getting a couple clicks out of pin 4 here. Got a nice click out of 2. I had a little kind of rotation on them. Lost all the false set that I've had. Okay, I've got a nice false set again. That was off a 6. Okay, I got counter rotation on 2. Alright, 2's set, and I've still got my false set. Got a little click off of 4, and there we go, I've got an open. Alright, what do we got? 5 minutes, 20 seconds. Let's go ahead and get into this one. Okay. Okay, push down this little pin. Dump out the little spring. Try to turn this to where I don't dump everything out. Alright, I'm already seeing a little bit of weirdness in the core here. Let's see what we got. Pin 1 is a steel pin. Looks like it's been serrated. Pin 2 is a standard steel pin. Pin 3 is a serrated. Pin 4 is a spool. Pin 5, if I can drake him down here, there we go. He's an inverted T-pin. And pin 6 is a serrated spool kind of thing there. But the nasty part here on pin 5 is this inverted T-pin. And then we have this very long serrated pin on 3. And pin 5's pin, I've not quite seen one like this. It's a real sharp serration right there. And so that was definitely grabbing pretty good. In the core, I've got threading in all the chambers. It's like pretty good sharp threads. Okay, let's go ahead and back up a little bit. The core's trying to roll off the desk here. Pin 1's just barely poking above the shear line. He's a standard pin. Pin 2 is also just barely poking up. He's a really sharp serrated. Come on, focus. Alright, I'll just zoom in on him here in a minute. Pin 4 is a serrated pin. Or that was pin 3, sorry. Pin 4 just shot out of here, but it was a inverted T-pin sitting on top of that wafer to make it a little stronger. It definitely wasn't a drunken spool because I saw that pin sticking out. No, that was pin 6. Pin 5 stuck in the chamber, so he really wasn't in play towards the end. Let's see if I can coax him out. No, he really wasn't stuck. He's a serrated pin. And I'm looking here. It doesn't look like I have any threading in the Bible. Okay, so let's take a closer look at all these pins. Okay, pin 1 upstairs was just a standard. Pin 2 was a very sharp spool. Pin 3 is another homemade serrated. Pin 4 had these two together, and I noticed how it was sitting in there. It was sitting in there just like they're sitting in the tray here. This was poking down below the shear line. So when I just barely brushed pin 4 at the end of the pick there, this T-pin just pushed right up into place and gave me an open. And looks like he's serrated a little bit as well. We got a serrated pin for 5 and a real nice sharp serration right there. That'll really grab onto the threading. And I've got another serrated and homemade serrated, looks like, in chamber 6. Anyway, guys, that's Schlage 6-pin lock. I did modify this lock, but I modified it quite a while ago, so I really couldn't remember what was in it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't do anything illegal or pick any locks you don't own. And as always, stay safe.